Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to create QuickBooks Invoice on Typeform submission. So here, as a freelancer, I am providing digital marketing services to my clients, businesses and multiple individuals. And to collect the bookings for these services, I am using Typeform on my website. My objective is that as soon as an interested lead or client is going to submit this form with their details and the type of service in which they are interested, automatically according to that response, an invoice should be generated in QuickBooks. To automate this entire process, I will have to set up the connection between Typeform and QuickBooks, and that I am going to do without any coding and programming skills, simply with the help of Pabbly Connect. So for your business, if you also want to create this amazing automation step by step, for that you have to come towards my screen. Welcome to my screen everyone. In this video, we are going to learn step by step that how we can automatically create QuickBooks Invoice for Typeform submission. So as a freelancer, I am providing digital marketing services to my clients, individuals and multiple businesses, and for collecting the bookings of these projects and services, I am using Typeform on my website. So with the help of Typeform, I have created project booking form with the details such as name, email, address, phone number and the type of service in which the client is interested. And as soon as a client is going to visit my website, they are going to submit this form with their details as well as the type of service in which they are interested. Then according to that response, I quickly want to create an invoice in my QuickBooks account so that I will be able to manage my finances. My team will be able to further process the payment structure. All right. Now to automate the entire process of creating invoice in QuickBooks as soon as this form will be submitted, so we have to build the connection between the form, that is a Typeform, and QuickBooks, and that we are going to do without any coding and programming skills with the help of Pabbly Connect. So Pabbly Connect is an amazing automation software that helps us to build connections between our work applications without coding or any programming skills in order to automate all our daily repetitive tasks. So today with the help of Pabbly Connect, we will be setting up the connection between Typeform and QuickBooks. So let's get started for that. Currently I am on the home page of Pabbly Connect, where we can reach by typing the URL pabbly.com/connect/INR in our browser. After coming over here, we will find two options, sign in and sign up for free. So in case if you are already an existing user, just click on sign in to log into your account. But if you are a new user, you have to click on this sign up for free button. It will help you to create a free new account just in 2 minutes. Also, when you will do that, you're going to receive 100 free tasks every month to explore this amazing software and to test multiple automations. So as an existing user, currently I'm going to click on sign in. This is all app section where we can find all the products which are offered by Pabbly. To create this automation, we are going to use Pabbly Connect. So let's click on access now. It has taken us towards the dashboard of Pabbly Connect. On the dashboard, we can find all our workflows which we have created. And to save the workflows, we can also create separate folders like this. Now to create a new workflow, let's click on this create workflow option. As we have done that, a dialog box is appear in front of us, which is asking us to provide a name to this workflow. So first of all, let me provide a name over here. Create QuickBooks Invoice on Typeform submission. After giving the name to my workflow, now I'm going to select the folder. So you can see I have a list of folders over here. Among these folders, the automation which I'm going to create currently is related to managing my payments, because I want to create the invoices for my team so that they can manage the payments and process the payment. For that, I'm going to select the specific folder which I have created for all the automations that are related to payment management. Here we have automations for payment management. Now I'm going to click on create. In the similar manner, you can also create multiple folders on your dashboard to save different kind of workflows. Now, here you can see a new screen is open in front of us. The screen contains two extremely important windows. We have trigger and action over here. So trigger and actions are the two main concepts, the principles, or we can say these are the building blocks on which the entire automation runs. Here, the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. That means the action is a response towards our trigger. So whatever we are going to select in our trigger is going to command the entire workflow, and the actions are going to follow that same command. Therefore, we can have only one trigger in any workflow, but we can add as many action steps as we want. Now let's suppose I want that whenever a new form will be submitted by a lead who wants to book the project in Typeform, then automatically the invoice should be created according to that project in QuickBooks. For that, I'm going to use Typeform in trigger and QuickBooks in my action step. So when we are setting up the connection between these applications, then we will see that action is going to follow what the trigger commands, because when the trigger happens, that means when the form will be submitted in Typeform, then only invoice will be created in QuickBooks, otherwise not. So after understanding the whole concept of trigger in action, let us start creating our automation step by step. To start with the process, first of all, let's go towards our trigger step and let us select our trigger application. So here our trigger application will be Typeform, because by using it only we want to start our workflow every time. So let's select Typeform as our trigger application. Then we have to select the trigger event. That means on the happening of a specific event in Typeform, you want to capture the response and start your workflow. So I want when a new entry will be made in Typeform, then my workflow should start. So let's now click on Connect to build the connection between Typeform and Pabbly Connect. Before building this connection, you can see I am already logged into my Typeform account. So you also have to keep in mind that you should keep logging to the application which you want to connect with Pabbly Connect before building this connection, because then it is going to make the process of your connection easier and simple. Now we have two options to build the connection: add new connection and select existing connection. In case if you already have an existing connection, you can just go with that. I'm going to show you that how you can create a new connection. For that, I'm going to click on this add new connection button and I'm going to click on connect with Typeform. Because I was already logged into my Typeform account, so my account is detected already. And now here Pabbly Connect is asking us for the permission to access our Typeform account. Our data is 100% safe with Pabbly Connect, so let's click on accept and we can see that our authorization has become successful. This means that our connection between Typeform and Pabbly Connect is built successfully. So now we just have to move forward. We have to select the form over here. Which form among these you want to connect with Pabbly Connect? So here, I have created project booking form for collecting the inquiries and bookings. So I'm going to select the same. Okay. You also have to do the same, and now let's click on save and send test request button. You can have multiple forms in your Typeform account, but you have to select a specific one which you want to connect and which you want that on the submission of which the response should be captured. So now as it is showing waiting for response, we have to do a test submission so that the response could be captured. How we are going to do that test submission? We have already connected our form with Pabbly Connect. Now when the form will be submitted, the response will be captured. So here for that, we are going to copy the link of the form. So we'll go to our share option. We have the URL of the form over here. Let's copy it. I'm going to open it in a new tab. And now I'm going to quickly submit this form. So let's start with the name. Let's say the name of the person who is submitting this form is Amazing Client. Let's say this is the name. Now I'm going to submit the email. Let's say the email is amazing358@pabblytudes.com. I'm going to enter the phone number. Here the country will be India. I'm going to use a random phone number. And now the service. So let's say the person is interested in content marketing. Now I'm going to click on submit. As the form is submitted, I'm going to take you back towards Pabbly Connect, and here instantly the response is received. And here in the response, we have received all the details. So let's start reading them one by one. So first of all, you can see we have the response token. We have the submitted date. That means the date and time at which the form was submitted. The date and time at which the form response is landed over here. Then we have the form ID. We have the ending reference. Then we have the ending ID. We have the definition of the form, that is the title. When we'll scroll down then some more, here we have all other details. So the client has selected the service as content marketing. Here we have the phone number of that client, their email address and their name. And you can see these are exactly the same details which we have submitted while entering the details in the form. This means our connection between Typeform and Pabbly Connect is absolutely successful. And now every time the form is going to be submitted in Typeform, the response is automatically going to capture. Once we have received the response, our objective is to create invoice in QuickBooks. For that, now we have to set up the connection between QuickBooks and Pabbly Connect. To do that, let's go towards our action step. Let us select our action application as QuickBooks Online. And now we have to select the action event. So what I want to create an invoice. I'm going to select the same over here. After selecting the action event and the application, now let's click on connect. And now we are going to set up the connection between QuickBooks and Pabbly Connect. To build this connection, we have two options: add new connection and select existing connection. So in case if you already have an existing connection with QuickBooks, you can go with that. I'm going to show you how to create a new connection. For that, I have clicked on this add new connection button, and now I'm going to click on connect with QuickBooks Online. Here you can see that my authorization has become successful. That means the connection between QuickBooks and Pabbly Connect is built. So now we just have to enter the details in these fields to create the invoice successfully in QuickBooks. So first of all, it is asking us to select the customer. You have to enter the customer ID over here. So for creating the invoice, first of all, you have to add the person who has submitted the form in Typeform as a customer in QuickBooks. So for that, we'll click on this add action step button in between. We will select QuickBooks once again as our action application. And we are going to this time select create a customer. as our action application. Now let's click on connect. Let's go with the existing connection only. And now here it is asking us the display name. What should be the name of your customer? The name of the customer is already received, as you know. Here we have the first name, and with a space here I'm going to insert the last name as well directly from the previous step only. As I have inserted the data directly from my previous step, it becomes dynamic. That means with each and every new response, automatically it is going to replace. So when I have mapped this name, it has become dynamic. That means with each and every new response, automatically it is going to replace. So every time a new lead is going to submit the form in Typeform, the data will be captured, and automatically with that new response, this name over here is going to replace. Not only the name, but all other details as well we are going to map in different fields, and all those details are going to become dynamic. Because in case if we'll enter the data manually over here, that data will become static and then it is not going to replace with every new response. Mapping is therefore very important to automate the process. Now let's map the first name. We can just scroll down to find the data, or even we can search the keywords like this to be redirected towards the data which we want. I have mapped the first name. I have not received the middle name, so I'm going to ignore this field. We have the last name. We have the title, company name, etc. We have not received them, so I'm going to ignore these fields. I have received the mobile number, so I will map the phone number now. The email. Now, after mapping the email and all of the details, directly I'm going to go and click on Save and Send Test Request button. As we have done that, the response is captured. Now for this customer, we are going to create the invoice. First of all, let me take you towards QuickBooks. I'm going to take you towards customers to check whether the customer is created. And yes, the customer is created. So now I'm going to take you back. We'll go back towards creating the invoice. Now here, first of all, we are going to enter the customer ID. Okay. As you know, we have to make the customer ID dynamic so that it should get replaced automatically with every new response. To do that, we'll turn this mapping button on and we'll simply map the customer ID which we have received in our earlier response. So here, this is the customer ID. I have mapped that. And now here I'm going to enter the email address quickly. Once again, we have other details. We'll map. I'm going to ignore these fields. Then we have the transaction date, due date. If you want to enter the due date of the invoice, you can map that as well. Then here we have the line item detail type, which is already selected, and the description. So I'm going to map the name of the service which is being selected by the client. Content marketing, and the quantity will be 1 because of course it is a service, so we cannot sell more than 1 quantity. Then here we have the unit price. So you can also map the unit price if you have different unit price for different services. All of the services which I'm providing have the same unit price, so I'm going to give the amount, that is unit price, manually over here. Okay, then we have the line item product or service, so I have given sales over here. We have the line item tax code, so I'm going to select none over here. Then we have the amount, that will be same. Okay, then I do not want to provide the discount, so I'm going to ignore this field. But if you want to provide, you can just enter the percentage of discount. Directly now I'm going to click on Save and Send Test Request button. As we have done that, you can see that the response is captured, and now it is saying that the invoice is created. So I'm going to take you towards my QuickBooks. We'll go towards the invoice section, and we can see that the invoice is created over here for amazing client, and here we have the invoice. Okay, this means our connection is absolutely successful. Also here we have the link of the invoice. So I'm going to copy and I'm going to open it in a new tab in front of you. So here the invoice is created. Yes, this means the connection between Typeform and QuickBooks is absolutely successful, and now every time a new entry is going to be made in Typeform, that means when a new form will be submitted, automatically a customer will be created in QuickBooks, and as soon as the customer will be created, an invoice will also be created for that customer in QuickBooks. So I hope the automation is clear to you. Also, it is helpful for your business. You can also very easily create it to manage your finances and payments. And that's it in the video. Thank you for watching.
Not only these applications, but you can integrate multiple such amazing applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now, if you have any doubt, you can email us at support@pabbly.com. If you want to ask any doubt, you can write us at forum.pabbly.com. And if you want to ask about the pricing, you can visit this website given over here. Do not forget to share our videos, like our video, and also subscribe our channel for more such amazing automations.